Oh my gosh. A little bit of intermission. I gotta do a little intermission. Little psychic intermission. A little timeout. I've been doing readings. And so, mm-hmm. So, yeah, I had to do a little bit of intermission. Yep. Then I could come back in. Then later on, I begin the psychic reading process. Go. Oh my gosh. It's always healing for me. This is, one of the things that I believe heals me. Everyone has that food that's like, oh yeah, that definitely is healing. It heals me. Mm, mm. So for me, it's my favorite dish. I was like, if there's one thing I will remember this one. There's one thing I will remember. This I will remember. I'm like, mm-mm-mm. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. This is like my favorite time of the year to have it. So, hmm I was waiting all this time. Um, they had to wait for everything to get here. You know, it's only reason why it's expensive because it's the ingredients. It just depends on like, but you can always. I know, this in spite of what the world says, you can always get everything you need over time. Because I've never, well, I think you could create, for one night's evening, but usually, you know, like, well, I always thought that when you prepare something like this, like you're preparing for like at least 2 days, like 2 to 3 days, to be honest, but depends. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like mine, I like all the warm things, warm vegetables, and the way I prepare it is, whatever the type of the soup is going to be, is going to be determined on what meats I choose. It can be seafood, it can be wild. Um, oh yeah, lamb is really good. Of course, I grew up and I remember goat. V- Goat is very distinct. I mean, the moment you bring goat home, you don't even want it in your freezer because it's like cook immediately. It's one of those things where you're like eating it, but you're holding your nose, but you're eating it, and it's. I remember. I remember like, yeah, we gotta cook this now. Oh gosh! And then when you cook it, it has a very distinct scent. I'll say that. Very wild, distinct scent at that. Mhm. And then I grew up. I didn't. Now I grew up not knowing what the spiritual significance was for FuFu, which that would be this, which is Obatala. Now I don't add salt. I mean, I would add sea salt, but I felt like pepper this time. But I think Obatala gets it. He can see the white in it. He can see it. Hmm. So I said, so I said, yeah, it's got to be, yeah, this has got to be a dedication. Oh my gosh. Yes, an intermission is always good. Always take an intermission. Mm, 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 mm. My gosh. I always win with this. Uh-oh. Mhm. I lost my dough. Well, I get them later. That happens. I still lose my dough to this day. There he goes. Yep. Um, yummy. I know one thing it does do is they, so, I mean, this makes me feel good here. Cause I know, and it's that feeling of home, that home feeling. That's what I'm talking about. Like, so yeah, it makes me feel like when if I just arrived home again, I open the door and in the sense the music is playing, the laughter, the good times, and it just connects me to a very like a healing, non filtered place in my life. So I said, yeah. Cause I was lying there, I was like, I remember being in college and I said, I need something. It was like, I kept lying there. I was like thinking all this filtered in stuff, all the artificial stuff. And I was saying, I need something that connects me to like something just raw and pure. And I said, it's either this or cucumbers. Cucumbers, but the way I prepare it though. Not just the cucumber itself, but it's the way I prepare it. Both things from my childhood. Hmm. In healing. Oh my gosh. The healing that goes into that, like it just takes me to a place where I can clear my energies immediately. And I always feel like tons healthy. Like literally like it just goes in and kicks everything out. Like everything I had that I wasn't supposed to have, which I did. Mhm. Yeah, that's one problem I tend to do. In the process of waiting, because I know that it's going to be healing, yeah, I like indulge myself in other things that I probably shouldn't. But I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. I don't know, I can in my head, I'm going to regret this later, aren't I? But I hadn't had it in a long time, so it really didn't take an effect. But it was enough to let me know, like, you still could have chosen better. I'm still thinking about that. Like, I could have chosen better. I know I could have, but I was going for the taste. What I'm talking about is the outside world food, like having someone else prepare your food. I know I'm supposed to like prepare my own. I know, but I kind of went crazy for a day. And everything that I wanted to try, I was like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Yeah. So. Mm, 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 mm. Oh yeah. So the readings are going fine. You know, they've increased. Yeah, they've increased my volume. So I'm like, Uh, I'm way ahead. I don't know what it means though because I'm still working. Well, um, I am in an uptick, though very busy. I didn't realize how busy I could get actually, because they did a marketing thing and then it worked and now it's like let's keep going. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm just like working a lot. And what's even more surprising is that typically, usually, a lot of people they will like buy like blocks of minutes. It's cheaper, but I'm actually getting like a ton of people reaching out, and they're on full rate. So I'm like, ooh, you guys are like paying for like really putting investments in this. It's like nice. I'm honored you trust me. So that's good. I like that nice little clean shift there. Hmm. So I definitely will continue that journey. Mm-hmm. So having a little bit of a psych. So I said, you know what? You need you deserve, and I just need, you deserve an intermission. I said, okay. So that's what I'm doing. Having a little bit of an intermission. And oh man, so many things going on. I don't even know where to begin. Like conversation wise, oh my gosh. Uh, conversationally, mm, 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 conversationally speaking, um, I don't know. I mean, there's just so much I can talk about. Yeah, I forgot to do the whole water thing. um, I mean, I did earlier in the day, but I know I need like I need like tons of the stuff. I mean, gallons of the stuff. I know it's 8 ounces, but yeah, I think I at least need like three of these. So I try to clear one in the like in the wee hours of the morning, somewhere in the afternoon, and throughout the evening. I try my best, but trust and believe. When I don't do it, oh yeah, it's one of those things. Don't ever forget to do that again. Like I'm at the place of my life where it counts. So, hmm, yeah. Hmm. My goodness. My people are asking me, they're like, because this is going on all my life, where people are like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Because like we're gagging over here, we're choking out over here, we're coughing and everything else, and like I mean, they're under the weather, and I'm like, because sometimes like, it's always I'm like I'm high vibrational, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's thank you for reaching out, this is extra time for us to talk, and they're like, yeah. Yeah, the reason why I hadn't contacted in a while because I got this going on, and then my husband caught it, and or I've been a little bit on the weather. Excuse me, I think I caught it from my lady. So yeah, so I'm like, well, sending all bright energy to you. Yeah, it's like then somebody reached out and they're like, sometimes when I help people, they're like all of a sudden they become they become like a taste of enlightenment, and then they're like, I got like, I, They're like, my name is Isaiah. They're like, Isaiah. Well, they're saying Donald, but it's Isaiah. You know, you should be out here one day when you get up here. I'm like, girl. Yeah, by the end of the call, they're like, thank you for everything you've done for me. I'm like, first of all, you've discovered empathy, but you need to learn compassion. Keep going, keep going. And no, I don't have lower back pains. I like slow down. It takes a community to take care of me. Don't try to ever do it all by yourself. That's not you. This is my life path, and there's desperately people besides you, after you, who need this time with me. So I had to go into that conversation. Girl, when it works for them, they start looking at me like dollar signs. I'm like, no, I wouldn't want to leave this and go run with them. And, they're thinking dollar signs. And like, you're like, well, you're over here and you're like, these are like dimes. Like I could, I, you get, you could be rich, you could do all the things. You could be on TV. You could do all the things. I'm like, I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm getting you where you could be set free and you're like soaring like a comet. And they're like in tears, like I had never been in a place like this, and I just wanted to share it. It's like, yeah, begin to share it with people that's in your neighborhood. Start there. That's in your house. I'm like, no, you have begun the journey. Mm-mm-mm-mm. You begun the journey. Because when I start mentioning real spiritual stuff, they're like, "Ooh, miss me with that." I'm like, and you're so willing, for to give it, to try and share that with me. You want me to hop out in a sure place where I'm serving to do what? And I'm serving humanity? Calm down, humble yourself. Hey, sorry. I feel like God. I'm like, wait, okay, wait, who's God? I think I'll start with it. I think I'll be yours. I'm like, first of all, learn how to be telepathic and compassionate to others first. Don't practice on me, please. So, mhm. Yeah, so I'm definitely, getting a lot of that. And so when it only happens when I'm in my being, I'm in my highest vibration and my highest prosperity vibration, and also in my healthiest vibration. And I'm like, you're not gonna. As much as I've worked with you, as much as we worked over a year together, we resolved everything. You're not gonna pull me out of my space. Because I'm not telling everybody, like, they're like, and you're still okay. They're asking me, like all the things, like ailments, or like there's nothing you can do there in that space. You can ask me like what I. You don't even have to give me any information. You can continue to grow your journey. Hmm. So yeah. So we went through that, but I said it beautifully and with grace. So I did notice that it wasn't. I didn't. It wasn't a shutdown. It was celebrating that their growth, but I know they're still growing. They're still growing, and it's an individual growth. Meaning, yes, they're growing, but they're growing within themselves. They're still not sure about the humanity, and they're a little lost in the language. Like, I don't see people as humans, I see them as just souls. No, you see them as things that be controlled. You cannot take away the human experience because that's what the soul needs. The body needs that. And they're one and the same, they're intertwined. And you have to allow people to fall in the mud, in their own mud. It's no fair if you when you fell in the mud and you were allowed to pick yourself up and you got the chance to even enjoy being in the mud. And yes, people fall in the mud and they fall in the mud hard. But then you be there, and as muddy as they are, you be there to hug them when they get up from the mud. And so then it's like, oh, so it's like they were learning, like, yeah, you have to, in other words, covertly as you're speaking to me, you have to allow me to have my own journey as much as you had to have your own journey. Like, as many times I want to pull somebody out of a relationship, and I'm like, no, you had to find that out on your own. Did you let me come in and pull you out of your relationship immediately? No. So the same goes with a person's spiritual path. You can't pull them off of path, even if you're right. And yes, you are right, but we all are right. But even if they're wrong, even if they're but wrong, you still have to allow them to have a journey. Just like when I know it's wrong for certain relationships to happen, I still have to allow that journey to play out. For the person who uh, experiences that journey, continues and grows. And I'm just there to guide and be supportive and answer questions, psychic questions. Hmm. And they discover that they're more valuable, their time is more valuable, the more enriched that they become, they'll make the right decision that's for them. Sometimes it's to stay even firmly in those decisions, and sometimes it is to do otherwise. And that's the way you do psychic readings, not counseling. Hmm. So I always help people to get to the place where they're benefiting, but I don't, what they could say, I don't enable. That's one thing I don't do. So, like, if a person, if I know it's not supposed meant to be, and I know it's going to be worse for them, yet if I'm going to be right, what I say, I still won't. I won't even entertain the thought. I'm like, it's not going to happen. But I am truthful. I'll say, I'm not going to dress it up like, oh yeah, you're going to be over there and be all happy when I know good and well. Like, yeah, you'll get over there. Yeah, you'll still do the things, but you're not going to be happy. This person will never ever do anything like what you want them to do. I'm very like clear, boom, clear on that. I'm like, it's up to you. Keep going. If you want to figure it out on your own, by all means. But I'm not going to hang out with you though. Hmm. And I will say, look, I don't think we're getting anywhere because I don't think we're ever going to agree. So I'm like, I'm willing to leave it here. And I start hanging up. Because you don't need to impress me. Impress God. Impress a God. Like, you don't have to impress me and be defiant when I know full on well I'm right. Like, good day. I'd rather put my energy in places where people are like, look, don't play with me. I want everything. I want the world to be my oyster. I'm like, send me more of those. Mm, mhm. Yeah. But they're all telling me pretty much, if I see you, boy, your bag is not going to be big enough. They keep forewarning me. They were like, yeah, I already see you wearing black socks, blue socks, because black socks is going to be better for you. And I'm like, oh boy, I better watch out. They're gonna dress me up and stuff. Oh gosh. Mm, mm, hmm. Well, I just wanted to drop in and just say it's going well. I'm doing some healing, and I'll be back with some. I'm still putting together very serious lives. Yeah, so the lives are coming back. It's just that I needed to iron some things out and see because right now I need to be focused. Because they see when they did the promotion, they had expectations. The expectations over exceeded. So I'm putting all my attention here in this space. It's a great place for me to compete right now. The market's really nice at the moment. It's hot, and I'm kind of smoldering in it. So I wanted to, you know, take it serious. Like I've been showing up like turning up early, on time, haven't been late ever for months now, and staying the full duration, etc. Doing excellent reading, excellent transition readings, conversions, just absolute, just empirical, emphatic, unequivocal, like demonstration of abilities and skill and talent and psychic gifting, delivering a service. So I definitely right now am like channeling there. But yeah, I still have plans. I still have plans for the channel, and I I have the one lives, but I put them in unlisted, so that whenever I'm ready to go live with them, I can just come in and just push, like, let's go. And then I'm still putting together my quantum leaping in the past because I wanted to get closer more to election time before I release that live. Oh yeah, we got a lot to talk about, like world stuff. Lots to talk about. Probably when it's the countdown of 20 days. So maybe like next week I'll start, or after sometime after I don't know if it's maybe the 20th, like maybe the 20th, somewhere around there, because I'm also putting together other pieces of little content for my subscribers, it, who are having like monthly subscriptions. So I'm definitely doing some little, well, I wanted to curate enough like content where they can come in and have content and then start developing special lives shows for them. For those monthly subscriptions. Yeah. so I'm drawing out this map so it'd be easier to share with you all the book releases and things like that upcoming. Anyways, so I'm gonna move it on. I'm gonna move it on, move it on, move it on.